Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking to you about Saturn's extraordinary dominance over all the planets from January right up to April. This is unprecedented. Uh, Sometime in February, all the planets are going to be in Saturn ruled signs except for Rahu Ketu. But there is a number of conjunctions, and then also Kalsarpa Yoga is happening. So let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking Saturn's domination from January to April 2022. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. Also, I want to remind you that I am doing a online conference on Saturn. All the details are on my website, komilla.com. Amazing group of teachers are going to be there. So do join. So let us talk about Saturn and his dominance. So as you're aware that Saturn is in 2022 in Capricorn for most of the year, except for a short while when he goes into Aquarius. So he is in his own sign. And then what is happening is that usually around this time of the year, the faster moving planets will go through Capricorn and therefore transit through Capricorn. So under the influence of Saturn, they are going to conjoin with Saturn, first the Sun, then Mercury, then Venus, then Mars. And then to add to this, Jupiter is in Aquarius and therefore in a Saturn ruled signs. And Rahu Ketu are not in this axis, but Ketu is in Anuradha Nakshatra, which is ruled by Saturn. And then Moon will also join these combinations. So this becomes a great dominance of Saturn. And last year, around February 9th to 11th, we had all the planets together in Capricorn. If you remember, I made many videos about it. This year is slightly different. Actually, now the Sun is in Capricorn already. Therefore, it is going to, be in the same sign. And wherever the Sun is creating a kind of a focus on that area of our life. Saturn itself is going to be there like a, guard for each of the planets to pay homage to him, to face some obstacle, some difficulty. But then he's also in his own sign. He gives us the resilience and the ability to cope. There is possibility of challenges, trauma, stress that we need to deal with during this transit. But also Saturn gives us the ability to overcome it. Saturn itself is strong. He is in his own sign. Therefore, he is teaching us. His lesson has been of resilience against challenges throughout since Saturn came into Capricorn. We've been facing COVID. We have been facing all the fallout from it as well. But we have managed to deal with it. We are still dealing with it. But these next 3 months are very important because we get all the planets going through Capricorn and then Aquarius. So as I said, right now, Mercury and Sun are in Capricorn. Mercury is retrograding in Capricorn, as has a long stay in Capricorn. And Sun will conjoin with Saturn on 4th of February. So that is the first conjunction that we will get with Saturn. 4 conjunctions taking place in Capricorn. First, Sun will conjoin on 4th of February, followed by Mercury on 2nd of March, Venus on 28th of March, Mars on 4th of April. So each of the planet is going to go and take a test of Saturn, delay, obstacle, difficulty, and then overcome it and go past it while it is conjoining. Mercury, Venus and Saturn will have a planetary war with Saturn as well, and then move on. And Mars, which is exalted in Capricorn, but it will be always there with Saturn and a conjunction and then move on. And all this while, Jupiter is in Aquarius, which is ruled by Saturn. So Jupiter also is not without the Saturnian influence. So what we have is, if we take the Navagraha, the 9 planets, you see that Sun, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, all are connected to Saturn. And then from 28th of February to 3rd of March, Moon is also going to be there. And between that time, 28th of February to 2nd, 3rd of March, is when there is all the planets are only in 2 signs. There is Mars, Venus, Mercury in Capricorn with Saturn, and Moon and will be in Capricorn and then move to Aquarius, and Jupiter and Sun will be in Aquarius. That means that the complete energy of all the planets are controlled by Saturn. He is the final dispositor, final ruler of everybody. So this is a very unusual situation. And then because all the planets are gathered one side of the zodiac, Rahu Ketu are waiting, become very dominant. They are creating a Kal Sarpa yoga and creating a lot of imbalances alongside with it. So this, all the planets in 2 signs, this is in Sankhya yoga, and this is called Yuga yoga. All planets in 2 signs, very rare times in life that we get all planets in 2 signs. Last year we had it again because we had in February 2021, we had all the planets in Capricorn, with Mars was out of it. So he was creating the Yuga yoga. So these are unbalanced energies. The Yuga yoga, which is 28th of February to 3rd of March, the planets do separate, but they are still under the influence of Saturn. Venus, Mars are in a planetary war all throughout February and early March, and they also move into Capricorn on 26th of February, and then they continue their war till 13th of March while being in Capricorn. So that is an added issue that they are fighting with each other and unsettling us. And then, Saturn is there. As soon as the war is over, Venus is going to meet Saturn first, and then Mars is going to meet Saturn, Venus on 28th of March, and then Saturn, Mars on 4th of April. Jupiter is in Saturn's sign right up to 13th of April. And after that, Jupiter moves out, and this overall dominance of Saturn will finish. He's not going to be able to dominate and control us in the same way, because Jupiter is no longer in Saturn ruled signs. However, Saturn is strong. It's different to be strong and powerful. Saturn will continue to be in Capricorn, Aquarius, own signs, and there will be other conjunctions. But because Jupiter is always the balancing factor, and he moves out of Saturn rule signs on 13th of April, so therefore that overall dominance in the way that it has been to Jupiter gives the balance, opportunities where Saturn provides restriction. And we can say, as a world itself, we are dealing with some karmic issues that need to be resolved and sorted out. And we need to, be very careful around this time. We have to remember is that Saturn blocks, he matures us, and then he gives us that ability to cope with the situations and to rethink our strategy. And how it affects us is really very interesting. Because I'm not going to talk about each individual sign, because this is something that is affecting all signs of the zodiac, because we study the Navagrahas, the 9 planets, but the planetary rulers are only 7 planets: Saturn, and then Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus. So all these planets, that means all signs of the zodiac, whether it is your moon sign or ascendant sign, they are all being impacted by Saturn. And all of us are going to have intermittent Kalsarpa yoga followed by Kimadruma yoga. I already made a video about this, about Kalsarpa and Kimadruma. I'll put the links that you can study. So therefore, this is not a video where I talk about what each sign gets affected. It is all the signs are going to experience in some form or the other these obstacles, difficulties. The difference lies in how you're going to deal with it. What are you going to plan? What are you going to do? There are factors there that can make it more intense, or factors that can lessen the situation. Firstly, you will see in world matters, you can see unrest politically. There can be ups and downs. We are, at least in USA, there's a lot of inflation. So that could be one of the things, are how you're dealing with that. Then the stock markets can be volatile with this transit, ups and downs. Weather seasons, unexpected hot, cold, storms, those aspects. So in those cases, we are looking at the global situation and knowing that the next few months, and especially I would say leading up to end of February, where the Yuga Yoga, all planets in 2 signs, not Rahu, Ketu, but all the other planets in 2 signs only, is going to manifest, and Kalsarpa Yoga is happening. So there's some, we could say, karma that we are all dealing with. We are all having to face this aspect. So therefore, we have to practice restraint over this time, and restrain from every aspect, because each of our sign is affected by, our moon sign, our sun sign, our ascendant sign, because all the planets are involved in this disturbance. So we can't say one person is getting it more than the other, but you are the key to this factor, that you are doing maybe more spiritual things, more patience, meditating, staying calm, not overspending on things, not trying to fight your way through these complicated periods. Less is more. Take your time and, think, okay, the next few months unsettled. So where things are okay, you are dealing with it, but you're not trying to push through the challenges, because this is what Saturn is specifically about. He is about facing your karma, dealing with it, taking your responsibility, doing your duty, and not thinking, okay, I'm going to avoid it. Everything is going to be okay. If I ignore it, it will go away. The fact is this, that when we come into April, which is a big month in 2022, lots of planets changing signs. Jupiter leaves Saturn's influence finally after 2 years. Then, Mars will stop the conjunction. Sun will be out of it. Rahu Ketu move signs. So, Kal Sarpa. And so there's a lot of things that this is leading to. And we could say we don't want it to be a crescendo and then we are creating big issues for ourselves. We are dealing with it. In Phaldipika, they say that the planets don't impact those who deal with life of restraint or lead a life of restraint. So this is what, at these sort of unsettled times, we have to think about that, and being restrained in all matters and doing something more positive like meditation, yoga, chanting. Also, you can do, duty, give back to society, donation of time as well, some karma yoga. So you're lifting your energy up while you are being cautious about other things. So I'm going to be talking about each of the signs in the February news, so how each of the signs is going to impact. So do listen to that. That is going to be out in about a week's time. And then I'll continue with other things. But this is like a global picture for you to understand that now onwards to April, things are very much under Lord Saturn's control. So let us honor him. And I'm going to complete this class with the chant to Saturn. Om Neelanjana Samabhasam Ravi Putram Yamagrajam Chayamaratanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shanishcharam. Om Shaniye Namaha. Om Shaniye Namaha. Om Shaniye Namaha.